Today's video is sponsored by CD Key Sales. Now, CD Key Sales is a company that offers discounts on all sorts of keys. It covers everything from software all the way down to some of your favorite games. Right now, they want to offer you guys a discount code where you can pick up Windows 10 Pro for only $12.23. That's getting 25% off simply by using the code GA25. I also had to do this recently because I had a device that only had a trial version of Windows, so simply upgrading to Windows 10 Pro was super quick, super simple, and I was able to get a code in only minutes. Now, all of the information that you will need to be able to do this will be listed in the description below, and again, I'd like to thank CD Key Sales for sponsoring today's video. Alright guys, so today's video we're going to check out a pair of truly wireless earbuds from the company MPOW. Now, MPOW is one of those companies, I've tried some things from them in the past, never been truly impressed. It's been one of those that's like, okay, it's a decent product, but not anything that had me just like excited about the next product. In fact, the truly wireless earbuds we're going to talk about today, which is the M20, I've had for a little while, but when they came in, I just kind of pushed them to the side. There wasn't anything that was screaming, try this product, or get excited about this product, because even the packaging is just kind of blah. But once I checked out some of the features, once I really gave them a shot, I'm completely surprised at the fact that these are $57. And actually on Amazon, there's even a 10% off code right now, so you can pick these up for about $52. But let's go ahead and check out some of those features and what it is you get inside the box. So to start with, they do have Bluetooth 5.0. They're actually even using the Qualcomm 3020 chip, and they have AptX playback. Now they say as AptX 3D stereo sound. At first that kind of just sounds gimmicky, but we'll talk about that a little bit later when we talk about the sound. Now as far as the IP rating, it is IPX7 completely waterproof. So this is a pair that you can go out and just do whatever you need to do. Even if it's submerged into water, you're going to be completely fine. Now, as far as what you're getting inside the box, you are getting the usual small, medium, and large silicone ear tips, and sadly, you're still getting a micro USB cable. Now, I understand price-wise this is on the lower tier, but I still would like to see a USB-C cable. But speaking of the charging cable, this is where it gets really interesting, because the battery life on these is super impressive. The battery life on the earbuds themselves, you're going to get around 6 hours of use. But with the charging case, you're going to get around 106 hours total. That 100 hours additional with the case is pretty much welcomed on any pair of earbuds. Now, they're able to make that possible by making the case fairly large because it has a 2600 milliamp battery in it. Now, another plus to this is the case allows you to use it as a charger. You can actually plug your phone or whatever device into the case and it will start charging. On the other side, you have your micro USB input for charging, and then on the front you have 4 indicator lights to let you know about how much battery life the charging case has. Now again, I know the case is fairly large considering that these are smaller truly wireless earbuds, so this kind of is around the size of the Powerbeats Pro case, but getting that battery life, I will take any day. Now moving over to the earbuds themselves, these do use touch controls, and I'm happy to say that they control everything. So you have play, pause, skipping your tracks forward, going backwards, you have your volume control, and the touch controls for the most part work fine. I will say that when you go to touch it for the first time, it always seems like it's not registering the first touch. So you actually have to try a couple of times to get it to do what you need it to do. But outside of that, the touch controls work completely fine. And so for you guys that like to use your earbuds individually, sadly only the right side will work by itself. Now as far as your microphones go, it does use the CVC 8.0 technology, so the mics are doing an excellent job of picking up your vocals while trying to block out a lot of your surroundings. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. Alright guys, so here is a mic test using the M20s. I think it does a very good job of picking up the clarity in my voice, and I think most people have no issues taking calls with these. And so here is a mic test using the M20s with a crowd noise being played in the background, so you get more of an idea of what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public. So now let's talk about the sound. The sound on these are just insanely good. I don't know that the AptX 3D stereo sound really means anything, but I can definitely tell that there's not a whole lot of emphasis on one frequency. I really kind of expected these to be bass heavy. I expected these to kind of just lack when it came to the mids and the treble, and that's not what I got. I got a very clean, precise, accurate bass, which is not what I was expecting. I got a very detailed, very finely sculpted mids. I mean, male and female vocals sounded excellent. Everything just had a very nice, clean, detailed presence. Now the treble on these, some people will think it gets right up to the point of being bright and harsh, which I actually like because I like to be able to hear every fine detail. It just makes things sound so much cleaner. And so overall, the sound of these, kind of, if you were to look at it, I'd say the bass is tuned maybe here, mids slightly come down a little bit, and then the treble's a little bit more boosted. Now the bass has plenty of impact, but it just doesn't have that resonating low rumble. So bass heads might not be happy with these, but I'm a bass head and I'm completely happy with these. So I think, again, for $52, it's kind of hard to pass on these. Now on top of that, the Soundstage and sound imaging are actually excellent. It really feels like you're in a larger size room, and I had no issues with being able to tell where instruments were coming from or the fact that this instrument was separated from this instrument. The details in these are just nicely done. And so I'm not going to say that these are completely perfect, because my cons on these, and I have to start with the fact that it's using a micro USB cable. I mean, I think anything at this point should be USB-C. And then my only other complaint comes down to the controls. And again, I didn't really have an issue with it. It was just that, you're having to try, more than one time to get it to do what you need it to do. And sometimes that's just frustrating. But outside of that, for the price of these easily could have been double the price, and I would still highly recommend them. And for me, that's a lot, considering this is coming from a company that I'm usually not excited about their products, but something in the M20s is very special and makes this an easy pair to recommend. But guys, that's my video on the MPOW M20s. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.